It's so quiet. This is weird. This is weird, you guys. Moment of silence while Tooth and Tail fixes itself. Get the Mishi madness brushed off it. There we go. Boom. Boom, we're getting there. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the feast number 78, the show where you submit replays and we cast them. I'm Delthius. How's it going, guys? Oh, there we go. Alright, everything looks good on my end. Just got done playing Mishi Mod. That was a lot of fun. Amari says, oh, regular replays. Dude, I wanted Mishi Mod replays, man. I did not receive them, though. So we have regular replays to do. Okay. Alright, I think things look good. Trying to adjust my levels a little bit. We'll do 6 replays real quick, you guys. Alright, let's do this. Oh, wait, betting. I should get that betting going. Hang on. Boom. Alright, first match. Oh, this is all different now. Okay, first match, Froggo. First, Meow Kaiser. Let me get that going. Almost ready. Boom. Alright, so if you want to throw down some wolf coins, go for it. Bet is open. Let's get into it. Match number 1. Alright, spawning in the bottom left, we've got Meow Kaiser and his opponent to the right, Dip from Space, aka Froggo. Alright, let's see what we got here. Froggo rocking Mine Barbed Wire. I like it. I was asking in Discord not too long ago for barbed wire mine games, and now I have a game with both barbed wire and mine in it at the same time. I'm very happy. And so far, nothing crazy. This is regular. This isn't Mishi Mod. And we see some moleage. Where is that mole at? Okay, so just built in the corner. I'm pretty sure Froggo is quite aware of that. He is indeed. He went for a safe opening regardless. This mole's going to come into pressure, but I think he's okay. Or can the mole DPS that down with the pig fire in time? Ooh, it's close. Yeah, Meow Kaiser backs it up. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, I'm pretty sure he's okay. I feel like he's okay. But Froggo's gonna chase this mole down. Meow Kaiser didn't want to just sell it off right there. He wants to get it back home, let it heal up, and then try to sell it off for the full refund. And it does. If those were lizards, though, we would have seen Froggo take that out. as we saw previously. And maybe it was a 21 duels match. I recall pretty recently I casted a game, kind of similar situation, but the Froggo player in that case had lizards and killed the mole. It ends up being a pretty big deal. And Froggo's going to put on some counter pressure here since he did go for a pretty quick Warren. This mole going to help buffer, but the mole's going to go down. And now Froggo is getting some real damage done to this Warren. I think that Warren's going to fall as well. This is looking pretty good for the Frogman so far. Did Banner Bastion submit one? Did you submit one? Did you email it to me? Or did you Discord it to me? Now I'm confused. I don't think I have a Banner Bastion replay. Oh, yo, you're right, you did. Darn it. I didn't put it in here tonight, but we'll do it next time. Okay. Yeah, you can Discord me replays, but sometimes I'll forget. If they're sent to ToothAndTailTV@gmail.com, I normally don't miss them. So we've got a campfire here for Mr. Froggo. Meowkaiser on his side of the map has gotten a second base and is just ecoing up. And Frog's taking his second base, so nothing crazy just yet. That was some nice action in the early game. Frog definitely got an advantage. And he's deciding to kind of sit back on this edge. You know, he didn't make a whole bunch of warrants and try to end the game immediately. Instead, he macroed up. But Froggo lost his commander scouting, and Meowkaiser is going to take advantage of that and run in and start this fight with better positioning, better target fire. But does Froggo have enough anyways? Meowkaiser targets down the Warren. I think that might have been a mistake. Maybe if Meowkaiser didn't get the Warren there and instead focused the other squirrels, he would have had just enough to maintain the position. But Meowkaiser is just going to fall back a little bit, keep macroing up, and come in for another push. Even building some moles, so he's really serious about this. Let's see if Frog can manage to get out like a barbed wire. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Alright, Meowkaiser pushing in. The barbed wire doing really good. A lot of moles were spinning this fight, and Meowkaiser's economy is not terribly far behind, but you gotta keep in mind Froggo's got 2 extra farms and a campfire up on Meowkaiser at the moment, so he's in pretty good shape. That barbed wire was really clutch, man. That definitely gave his defense the edge he needed there to push Meowkaiser back, and Meowkaiser invested a lot into those past few attacks. And let's see, Frog thinks he's got enough to counterattack in. Kind of pounces on that turret right when Meowkaiser was trying to get up. And gonna focus fire down the Ferret Warren, and this might be too much damage. Froggo's got a good position here, starting to work down on these pigs, on the Warrens. Alright, Meowkaiser trying to rally what he's got, but Frog's just got too many squirrels. A lot of tier 1 Warrens getting placed by Meowkaiser here. Meowkaiser trying to get this third as well, trying to get those ferrets back up, and Froggo! Oh my god. Oh my god, you guys. 7 wolf Frog here. Is Meowkaiser gonna scout it? No, he doesn't see it. He knows the words were sold off though. He's gonna come in and see the amazing build of 7 wolf here. Alright. Alright, Frog. What are you gonna, I mean, does he just die? Is that the plan? Meowkaiser sells his stuff off and starts building a bunch of wolves too. Alright, now they're just trolling. I wonder if this was planned out or if Meowkaiser just decided to have fun as he saw Frog having fun. Dude, is Frog actually gonna get 7 wolves? It's a nice mine. Meowkaiser with the 5 wolves though. 7 is more than 5. I don't know exactly what you're gonna do with 7 wolves, but I think I'm about to find out. Let's see. The 1 mole getting some damage done. Alright, going down to 6. Only 6 wolves. It's not as ridiculous as 7, I suppose. Alright, here we come. Let's see it. These are indeed wolves. I'm so confused. I'm very confused right now. Grabbing some gristmills, gonna eco up. I mean, Frog would just be dead if Meowkaiser wasn't also trying to get a whole bunch of wolves. Obviously. That's a lot of mines. Okay. Dude, what is going on? I'm so confused. This is not a real game. Trying to see how many times you can tell and say wolf. I know, I'm tired of saying it already. Look, there's 9 wolves in the game right now. We're going up to 11. Like, what is even happening anymore? They're all buffing each other, which is nice. You know, friendship is always important. Okay. Here comes a wolf attack from Meowkaiser. He's coming in. I don't know if Dip from Space can handle it. The wolves get on top of one another. Start having a party. Alright, Froggo gonna counterattack with his wolves, maybe? Very nice. You guys. This is just silly. What are we even doing here anymore? What's going on? This is making me want to reevaluate my life. Like, I'm genuinely uncomfortable with this. Meowkaiser isn't, though. He's like, whatever, wolf party, man, I'm down. Getting up to 9 wolves. Is the goal to just see who can build the most wolves? Dude, these wolves are starting to get low. Froggo needs to be careful. Whoops. Wait, that pig's taking some damage. Did the mine go off on it? I don't think so. That's really weird. I see it dropping frames a little bit on my monitor, but I dropped 0 frames in OBS. So, I'm not streaming on a delay anymore, am I? I don't think so. Yeah. Pig was firing, okay. Yeah, they were kind of right next to each other. Alright, man, we're getting up to almost 20 wolves. Dude, what is happening here? This is not okay. I'm not okay with this. This is just getting ridiculous. 12 moles. 12 moles from Meowkaiser. Art is happening, says Beeboop. Here comes the moles, man. These wolves from Froggo can't handle them. Alright, Meowkaiser takes the gristmill. There's a lot of buffed up moles here. Okay, here comes the squirrels, man. Finally, Froggo's gonna have something to be able to push back here. But will he in time as the moles are coming in from Meowkaiser? I can't hype this up. This is weird. This is too weird for me. Froggo! Your wolves! Your poor wolves! What is even happening? How's Froggo gonna come back into this game? I think Meowkaiser's got it from here, man. You need moles with mass wolf. Ooh, falcons. Falcons would be good if they'll get out in time, but Meowkaiser, 17 moles. And he's just gonna get right on top of those falcon warrens. The wolves start dropping. Froggo. I'm so confused. How does Froggo win? I'm pretty sure Meowkaiser wins from here, right? Like, what is he supposed to do? And then Meowkaiser leaves? How was that? How was that an incredible comeback? Oh my god. What? Dude, the sick plays, man. Meowkaiser just bailing. Dude. That's amazing. You like kept me in suspense. I was like, there's nothing Frog can do to win from here. And then it's just like, yeah, Meowkaiser leaves. But technically Frog did win. my god. That was one of the most troll things I've ever seen. That was just ridiculous. What an interesting way to start off the night. Match number 2. Let's do it. Alright, in the bottom, we've got Cold Warp Gates. And up top, his opponent, Jacoby. I still don't know how to say that. Every time I see him, I mention it too. So Jacoby, one of those should be correct, right? He's running the Mishi setup, man. I like it, but Cold Warp Gates deck here is pretty good against that if he can get out the owls. I mean, balloons are still good. Well, I mean, balloons aren't that great in the current meta, in the current balance patch, but particularly against what Jacoby has in this deck, I think a couple balloons will be nice, you know, to fend off against ferret harassment, to keep the fox at bay, and that sort of thing. So, because Jacoby is hoping that he can use the ferrets to pierce his opponent's defense, but the balloons aren't going to allow you to do that. So, pretty big map here. Cold Warp Gates doesn't have a very good spawn expansion, you know, as close as expansions all the way over here. It doesn't look too bad on the mini-map. Well, actually, I think you can walk through here. I didn't see that. So yeah, at first, when I was looking at this, I thought he'd have to go all the way around, but I believe he can go through there, which makes the second base a lot better for him. And Jacoby is opening with a 7-farm double, it looks like. Or at least something like a, you know, 7-farm Warren into a second one. Or, I'm sorry, 6-farm Warren into a farm into another one. Some kind of variation on that. But he should be taking that 8th farm here shortly. No, instead he's going to go for a ferret. Really interesting build here. Getting a tier 2 before an 8th farm. You don't see that too often. And Cold Warp Gates, I don't think, is aware of the tier 2 Warren. Not quite yet. He is grabbing this campfire and just churning out more and more tier 1 at the moment. So let's see. Okay, so now he knows. So does he decide to move in before this tier 2 hits, or is he going to hang back? I'm not so sure what the right move to make is, because he took the campfire. I think you can kind of just chill. Like, maybe if you had built only tier 1 Warrens at this point, you could kind of afford to come in. So he's going to throw down a balloon, which is actually going to be very nice against the ferrets coming out here from Jacoby. And this balloon is going to do a pretty decent job of defending this base as well. I mean, technically, Jacoby could walk all the way around like that, but that should be scouted by the vision range here that, you know, Cold Warp Gates is going to have. I mean, that's pretty nice vision that this balloon is providing for him. So this ferret harassment opening strategy is not going to work very well for Jacoby here, unless he just tries to all-in and fight underneath this balloon, which typically you're only going to want to do that if your opponent is not keeping up with their army. But Cold Warp Gates looks like he is at this point, just building nothing but tier 1. Lots of toads as well, which are going to work out nice. I mean, Jacoby's trying to go this Squizzard composition, and depending on the connections, Squirrel Toad should do very nicely against that. But yeah, I like this from Jacoby. He's just going to sell those off, and he's going to get a ton of farms on this second base. This is really good play from Jacoby. He saw the balloon from Cold Warp Gates, so he knows that he's being a little bit defensive. Now, if Cold Warp Gates scouts this out, he does have a nice opportunity to come in here and try to attack, because Jacoby really doesn't have anything. He's got 9 tier 1 and some ferrets. Yeah, Cold Warp Gates gets to scout. Does he sell the balloons and just go hard? He's getting his own gristmill, but I still think he should apply pressure here. He's got a very nice army lead at the moment. Yeah, you should see that. Okay, he's coming in. No, oh, he's thinking. Oh, he's gonna get a bunch of farms up first, maybe? I pronounce it as Jacoby. Yeah, that might be correct. Dude, there's a million ways you could pronounce that. I'm not sure what the right one is. Next one with pigeon only. Yeah, technically Froggo did win that game by building nothing but wolves for like 5 minutes straight. That was pretty hilarious. Alright. I'm surprised Cold Warp Gates didn't attack, man. He had a nice little window. But that's now closing for him as Jacoby's kind of tight up here. He's got some nice defenses set up. He's got the Fox on the way. Cold Warp Gates could still push into this, especially now that those turrets got sold. But he's not wanting to at the moment, so if he's going to stay defensive, I'd like to see him, you know, maybe get up to some falcons or throw down an owl warren. Because this fox is going to be here soon, and the balloon's going to help zone this fox, but the fox might be Jacoby's trigger to really initiate hard and push in, and then just try to maybe use the lizards to target fire down that balloon real quickly or something like that. I don't know. Cold Warp Gates has a lot of toads though, man. That might be hard. Okay, the owl goes down. Wouldn't hate to see another owl as well. And Jacoby going for double fox. You don't see that too often, so let's see if it pans out for him. I'm going to fast forward a little bit since both these players have kind of agreed to just hang back and macro up for the time being. Cold Warp Gates should really put his foot down on this third base, though. I don't think Cold Warp Gates should sit back and let Jacoby get set up in this position here, because he's right next to Cold Warp Gates' position. I mean, Jacoby could start throwing down some turrets, and plus Cold Warp Gates is in a nice spot to force a contain. You know, as Cold Warp Gates doesn't really have to move all the way in to kill Jacoby. If he can just deny this base over and over, he'll eventually starve him out, right? So fox number 1 is here, fox number 2 on the way, and Jacoby is getting more and more stabilized here. I think Warp Gates is going to wait on the owls to come out before he makes the big push. But Jacoby hasn't done anything like throw down a lot of turrets yet, and I mean, depending on how Cold Warp Gates plays this, these mice might be enough. I'd like to see him try to bait out some toad kills with these mice and soften up the overall impact force that the red player's army is going to have at the start of this. That is so many toads, man. 15 toads. You got to be careful with this. Like, this could go either really good or really bad very quickly. You know, imagine if Jacoby trades 6 toads for 15 here, for example. Alright, third base getting thrown down for our KSR player here. Come on, I need to see some blood. More blood for the blood god, Delthius. Alright, at least send the mice in. Bleh. 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 Come on, send these mice in. Feels weird not having any skins on. Nice vanilla. Maybe we'll rock some vanilla streams for a little bit. I've always got skins on like every character. Okay. Alright, use the mice. Yes, the mice should be coming forward. Owl number 3 on the way. So many foxes! Is this how you beat owl with fox? You just build a ton of foxes? I don't know if this is gonna work here for Jacoby. I mean, the thing about this style that Jacoby's running, what kind of makes it safe against owls is fitting a falcon in there somewhere. I feel like it's still not the best, but you kind of get a chance at least. Like, you can pivot out of your fox and into a whole bunch of falcons, which typically do well against owls. Just depends on the numbers, though. More mice being thrown in here from Warp Gates, slowly just killing off units from Jacoby, but not enough to make an insane impact just yet. However, if that continues to happen over and over, it will certainly add up over the course of the game. 5 owls total on the way for Warp Gates, and this third base is really saturated from Jacoby. Even trying to throw down on these outside farms needs to be really careful. Those are very exposed. And the mice coming in and trading well against the army here for Jacoby. 4 foxes, and they just can't do anything. God, what was that one game I had with, like, I think we had something like 30 fox deaths. It was insane. We didn't really get a whole bunch of foxes stacked up like this, but they were just going back and forth, just trading foxes all game long. It was nuts. Alright, so third base getting saturated here from Warp Gates. But I think Warp Gates is just going to win as this game naturally progresses. Like, the army composition he's putting together is a lot better than Jacoby's. He's slowly just kind of chipping away at Jacoby, you know, making efficient trades here with these mice. That's so many foxes. Here we go. 4 foxes coming in. Big toad engagements. These toads, so many toads from Warp Gates. They just run over everything from the army of our common folk player here. Damn, man. Dude, 15 toads. And that's going to be it. I think Warp Gates is just going to stomp all over him at this point. He taps out. Warp Gate 6 win. It was over 1 fox killed per minute. Yeah, that sounds about right. That sounds about right. Okay. That was a good one. Match number 3, guys. Let's do it. Alright, spawning in the bottom, we've got Onyx with the Fox, and his opponent up top with Badger Wolf, we've got Strownel. Oh, I'd love to see Badger Wolf work. That would be super cool. He's got Barbed Wire too, which I like a lot. A lot of players are saying Barbed Wire is pretty underutilized at the moment, and it's performing very, very well. And I love seeing games with it, personally. You can underestimate it, man. Like, there's a couple ways you can get around the Barbed Wire. You can have a tier 2, like, tank it and a pigeon heal, you know, during the process. Onyx with a little proxy mole here, but it's going to get scouted out by Strownel. And let's see. I think he's just going to throw down a Warren. He's going to have to cancel these farms here, though. Ooh, a piece of Barbed Wire. That's pretty neat. The mole can't attack that. Nice sell. He sold that as mole was hitting it, so it still showed that, like, crit graphic. So I guess literally last frame that he possibly could have. Overall, nice little hold from Strownel. I mean, his farms are denied a little bit, but so are Onyx's by building that early mole, so. Alright, let's see where we advance into this game. Something like 1 piece of Barbed Wire right there would be so amazing. Or just a couple pieces, right? If Onyx tries to attack in from here. Or like a piece right there, that would be really good. Alright, let's see what these guys want to go for. Onyx! Ooh, okay. He was getting me excited, man. Saving up some money, hiding. Just hoping for that Fox to go down. But he settles just for the Falcons as the opening. So nothing crazy. We got a 2 tier 1 opening versus 1 tier 1 with a tier 2. Pretty normal stuff thus far. Strownel with some money here. Going to throw down a tier 1. Grab a Gristmill and try to get economic this game. So this is a pretty important scout for Onyx. He'd like to see, you know, obviously what Strownel's up to, but if he sees that Gristmill, then he can kind of decide, okay, it's pretty safe for me to get my own Gristmill, or I can try to attack it, and doesn't quite see it. So he's not exactly sure what Strownel's up to. He sees a couple of Warrens from Strownel, which kind of equates for, or accounts rather, for most of his money. So I don't think Onyx would, I don't think he's convinced yet, right? You know, there might be a tier 2 Warren somewhere. There could be a Gristmill up there. He doesn't know. So Falcons are here for Onyx. The Barbed Wire getting placed down from Strownel. Just a few pieces here. There are a total of 5 to try to protect this nice general area with the natural expansion, with the main base. Onyx, let's see, throwing down more tier 1 for the moment. Alright, alright. Yeah, it looks like we're going to go into a bit of a macro-y mid-game, so I might speed it up a little bit. Wolf coming down here from Strownel. Alright, this is an important scout. Onyx definitely sees that Wolf, and he's going to see the expansion and get a read for how many farms are on it. He should be pretty happy with that farm count, but let's see if he wants to get his own Fox out. How is he going to respond to the quick tier 3 of his opponent? Or a whole bunch of tier 1 perhaps, to just try to rush in. Yeah, it's pretty greedy to be expanding and getting a tier 3, but it's not like Strownel necessarily rushed it, I suppose. It's a pretty natural time to do that. But Onyx is going to decide, no way, Jose. I think he spent his money very wisely here, saved enough for the moles, built just enough Squirrel Warrens where he's going to continue producing, but didn't build too many Warrens where he's going to be in the red. Okay, here we go. Onyx is going to engage in, try to break through this Barbed Wire. Use the moles up front to help deal with it. If Onyx can keep these Falcons alive, he's going to be in a great spot. The Wolf is nowhere near production, and Strownel might even need to consider selling that off at this point. It's going to be really difficult, yeah, for him to save up for that. So he goes ahead and gets rid of it. And Onyx is going to continue this attack, but this is where he is running the risk of overextending. He can't lose these Falcons. One of them goes down. And I don't think, yeah, this is very easy to do, man. I think Onyx got a lot of damage done with that first initial push in, and the overstayed his welcome a little bit, allowed Strownel to get a more favorable engagement for himself in round 2 of that engagement. But Onyx didn't die or anything. He didn't overextend too hard. Ooh, look at this. Okay, he's coming for it, man. He's got a lot of squirrels here. He's got the moles. This is a rough choke to try to walk through. as the units are going to naturally kind of path on the road more so than the water. These moles are going to make quick work of the barbed wire, and Onyx is going to move in with the moles on the front line. Kind of sacking the moles to get rid of the barbed wire. Onyx has a lot more squirrels coming into this, but Defender's advantage is really even target fire down that Warren. He's target firing down this Warren as well. And it seems to be working out for him. He's getting a lot of damage done. Is this going to be too much? Stroundle's reinforcements eventually hold and pushes Onyx back, but Stroundle took some real damage there. Losing those Warrens, losing the pigs. However, the second base is really starting to make a difference here for Stroundle. Onyx really needs, yeah, there he goes. He's going to go ahead and macro up now. But, you know, the damage that Stroundle's taken in these engagements might kind of be evened out by, you know, how much faster he's had this second base economy going. So they might be in a pretty okay spot. If anything, Stroundle looks like he's ahead if you're just looking at the board, right? I mean, he's got, what, a few extra tier 1 Warrens on Onyx does at this point. So this earlier second base, man, really making a difference here for Stroundle. And plus, you know, Onyx didn't win every single one of those trades. He kind of, in both of those battles, you know, round 1, he did well. He didn't win them super hard, but he had an advantage. And then round 2 went more towards Stroundle. But he's selling off his squirrels. No, that's the perfect timing here for Stroundle to come in. Onyx just looked like he wanted to rearrange some stuff, and he was taking a risk. Maybe he could feel that he was behind a little bit, and he wanted to sell some stuff off to be able to get those farms going again. So yeah, I think Onyx kind of realized, you know, I'm behind. I need to take a risk to get back into it. So I need to get my second base going up a little bit faster. And Stroundle happened to attack in right when Onyx was making that transition. So Onyx didn't even stick around for that fight. He knew the writing was on the wall and tapped out. Every time I pick wire, I get a white-ass map, says Brow in the chat. Yeah, man, every time I try to go, like, with a super aggressive deck composition, it's always, like, this big macro map where it's really hard to attack into my opponent's base. I feel you there. Alright, guys, match number 4. Let's do it. Alright, we got a 2v2 afoot. In the bottom, we've got Premium Bow and Lucky Lucario. Lucario? Reminds me of a Pokemon. I don't think that's quite a Pokemon, but the name's really close. Anyways, in the top right, we've got Kerpa. Wait. Hang on, you guys. I'm all over the place. I am tired. In the top right, we've got Kerpa and Milquetoast. In the bottom left, Premium Bow and Lucky Lucario. Dude, the names always mess me up, man. If the names aren't in the right order, it's really easy to make that mistake in the early game. All right. Ooh, some very aggressive Warren placement here. 4-farm double from P-Boop and a 5-farm single from Kerpa. Let's see how their green and red... Wait, see, I'm still messing it up. The red and yellow players respond to this. Nothing crazy. Looks like they know what's going on. They built some early Warrens. And let's see if P-Boop is going to get aggressive here. He's got 2 lizards. He's looking to nip at the heels, trying to find an edge where he can attack in. He found this. He's going to deal some damage to this Warren. The pig is slowly going to deal some damage to the lizard, but the squirrel comes out, helps defend. A nice little, nice job from Kerpa there, helping his buddy out. Pushing back Premium Bow for the time being. Okay, Premium Bow and Kerpa are not on a team. I don't know why it's so hard for my brain to register that. It's probably because I'm tired. Most of the time, it's not a big deal. Okay. P-Boop still looking for a spot. He's going to do the old bob and weave. Going to come in here and try to pick off a farm. He's going to lose all these lizards, but he's going to get some damage dealt. He's going to stay and try to get another pig. They all go down. Nice hold there from Kerpa. In the meantime, Milquetoast pushing out a little bit of skirmish here with Lucky Lucario. Hey, take it easy, Vlad. All right. Calming down for a minute. Let's see. P-Boop and Milquetoast. I'm sorry. Lucky Lucario and Milquetoast. Both able to get up to full saturation on their bases. I believe a little bit faster than their teammates did. Nice A little runaround attack here from Kerpa. Denies that turret from going up right when Lucky was trying to place it down. Picks up a farm. Doesn't overstay his welcome and backs out. Meanwhile, Premium Bow, though, looking to catch him. With some good target firing here, Premium Bow should be able to easily take this trade. Nicely done there. Ooh, and the Gristmill tanking kind of backfires on Kerpa with that delayed cell that's been implemented now for a little bit of time, and takes some food losses there. All right, Premium Bow still swinging around, trying to find ideal attack patterns, but needs to be careful with these toads. He's going to deny this base. He sees the toads. Okay, so he's not going to just blindly run up into this high ground. He's backing up for now. Grabbing that campfire. I like it. And looks like Milquetoast is getting into some tier 2 here. Got the snake out already. Snake number 2 on the way. Owl Warren also being thrown down for Milquetoast. And let's see. No one's been able to expand yet. A couple Milquetoast tried to expand and got denied. Lucky's going to go ahead and try to get a Gristmill up right now. P-Boop's just got that campfire up, and it's pretty similar here from Kerpa. That campfire is going to be slightly behind. Snakes come out to harass. But Milquetoast is fighting a little bit 1v2. He's holding his ground, though, but the snakes are starting to fall, and Kerpa's moving in. With a lot of squirrels to back his teammate up. Starting to get some real damage here. Yellow and red are pushing through. Is Premium Bow gonna lose? Dude, he never submits losses. Is this a submitted loss? I don't know. Skunks, man. Skunks are pretty good. One stack of poison on the skunk, but it's got some pigeons that help heal for it. And the gas is really doing a lot of damage. Kerpa falls back, and red and yellow are forced to retreat from the time being. They got a lot of damage in, though. They killed several Warrens there. Lucky's got the second base, but he doesn't have any farms on it. Now he throws down a couple. Milquetoast really wants to get this owl out, but after that last skirmish, he just can't afford it. Sells that Warren off. And Kerpa's just sitting in the stench for a minute. This is a nice little position here for blue and yellow to try to draw the battle lines. I mean, this choke point, you know, red and yellow are going to have to come through. That's going to give green and blue a nice concave versus convex advantage. I love this turret placement as well. But the question is it a good idea to split the map like this in the long run? Hold that thought as red and yellow are pushing through. Lots of skunk gas getting so much damage done here, man. These units are so low. They eventually fall. And Kerpa uses this push to get some barbed wire established. Beautiful barbed wire usage there. Okay, now that doesn't completely isolate blue and green on their side of the map. There are different attack paths, as you've seen P-Boop running around with these lizards, kind of utilizing all game long. Nice catch on those farms, just going to deny that for the time being. Nice sell, though, from Milquetoast. Now he'll be able to throw those back down as he deflects that lizard aggression. Alright, these ferrets have a nice bit of high ground here to get some damage done. Let's see. Lucky's got chameleons that can deal with this barbed wire pretty okay. Another option is to use your tier 2, like your skunk or your ferret, to kind of tank it. Yeah, like Premium Bow's doing right here, and the pigeons just heal it up, and eventually you'll knock this barbed wire down. I wonder if that triggers an attack alert. Like, your units are under attack. I'm not sure. I didn't think so. Alright. Kerpa moving in. He's got high ground vision now with these pigeons. Just going to poke and prod at his opponent where he can. Milquetoast looked like he did a little bit of a counter aggression over the side there. Gets pushed back for now. Man, that barbed wire is so beautiful. Just a few pieces there, really locking their opponents to the others on their side of the map. But now, eventually, the ferrets are starting to get their way through. Where did the pigeons go? Oh, the pigeons are with Lucky's army, but red's coming to attack in from behind. Green moving over in position, and Kerpa's going to come in at the same time from the front, but no, he decides to back out. Red retreats as well. Premium Bow finally getting expansion up over to the left. He's really the only one who doesn't have an expansion at the moment, but these skunks have just been doing so well for him all game long, getting a ton of value. And Kerpa and Milktoast are just both trying to attack in from different angles. It's kind of cool in theory, but you run the risk of kind of being in two separate 1v2s. But Premium Bow, is that other? Okay, never mind. He's got a campfire as well. This Gristmill looks like it's going to die. No, it barely lives. I got worried for P-Boop for a minute there. No, that campfire is down and has actually been taken out in the bottom. P-Boop really doesn't have a whole lot left, but he's trying to get done what he can with these ferrets. He might be poking the bear, though. He doesn't want to antagonize Kerpa from attacking in. And nice aggression over here from Lucky Lucario, knocking out the expansion base for the red player. So really, red and blue are both kind of crippled here, while Kerpa and Lucario are kind of the meat of their army, of their team. But the Badger is out here for Kerpa now, and I think that gives blue or yellow and red just an enormous power level lead. Here we go. As long as this Badger doesn't derp and die in this fight, this should be pretty good for Kerpa. Milktoast trying to deny the expansions over to the side, doing what he can with six squirrels. That's a lot of falcons though from Lucky Lucario. You need to be careful about that. They can burst down that Badger so quickly, even if the Badger does have a lot of pigeon sealing it. Milktoast getting that base established, but it's within spitting distance of Premium Bows. One of those bases is certainly not going to live very long. You can't imagine both teams just kind of chilling here, you know, and letting this go down. I like this constant pressure with these ferrets. Premium Bow just really trying to get done what he can with what he's got. He's racked up a lot of value all game long with those skunks. He's trying to use every second he can to come in with these ferrets and pick off a squirrel or two. That really adds up over time. I'd love to see Kerpa maybe try to take out that base over here for Premium Bow, but he might be getting too far out of position if he goes for something like that. Ooh, Lucky Lucario with the Falcon run by. Needs to be careful. Those Falcons represent a lot of the value in his army. But he's going to get away with it, and I think this is going to trigger Kerpa to move in. No, he falls back again, and very nice play from Green here, just knocking out those structures for free, and he should be able to get these Falcons out of here no problem. I was worried if red and yellow kind of moved out with a big attack, but Kerpa hasn't been able to find the right time, the right angle, or what he's looking for really in an engagement. He knows he's got to be careful with this Badger. He doesn't want to overextend and lose it. But he needs to be putting on more pressure here. I feel like he might be giving his opponents a bit too much breathing room. But they're not doing that great on economy. Green is, but blue is nearly mined out, or at least just doesn't have a whole lot of farms going at the moment. Kasha is out here for Lucky Lucario, and this is bad news for Kerpa. He even gets a shot off on the Badger. The Badger falls back for now, but green and blue are pushing their way through. And red just doesn't have enough to help contribute at this moment. He tried to macro up and get back into this game, but this might be it. The Badger is certainly going to go down to the Fox here. And I believe Premium Bow and Lucky Lucario are going to take the match. Ooh, the counterattack from red. Yeah, that's certainly going to be it. Kerpa's already down, and this is the last structure here for Milktoast. Milktoast just trying to rampage while he still can. GG. Match goes to the green and blue team. Alright guys, two more. Then we're going to call it. Sorry if I'm a bit off tonight, man. I'm just super tired. Anyways, guys, match number 5. Let's do it. Spawning in the bottom, we've got Split. And his opponent to the top right, the Gentleman. I don't know if Split's a newer player. I've seen him around in Discord lately. I hate saying people are new when they're not new, but I hadn't really seen him until recently. Going up against the Gentleman here. double fox, and pretty similar compositions, at least in a couple ways. Both players with squirrel, toad, skunk, fox. I don't know if you guys can hear my cats. They're causing a ruckus. Alright. Mole shenaniganery. Where is it at? Okay, it's right there. Gentlemen, building the warren. I don't think it's going to be up in time. Yeah. Gentlemen forced to pull back and sell off a couple things. And nice play from Split. He definitely does not look like a beginner. I think he executed that very, very well. He sold off the mole at a nice time. Got some kind of indirect damage out to the gentleman. And the gentleman's going to follow up and try to counter that early aggression with the double tier 1, even a triple tier 1 opening. No, does he think better of it? Yeah, he's just gonna macro up, and actually he's gonna go straight to 8 farms from here. And okay, what is the gentleman? There he goes. Okay, yeah, he wants to. He just kind of got back to 8 farm, double tier 1 there. Just kind of selling some stuff off because he wanted to get the farms building as quickly as possible. I guess he didn't feel like Split would be coming in with any more additional aggression at that moment. So we're going to kind of even out here into a pretty normal game around the 2-minute mark. And let's see, Split's putting on, looks like he wants to put on a little bit of aggression. He does have moles if he wants to back that up, but this is going to be hard for him. He would have to target fire down those squirrels, and to do so he'd have to move his commander really high up there into the pig line, and at this phase of the game you just don't have a lot of HP on your commander. The commander goes down to the pigs, right, and then all of a sudden you derp and gentleman kills everything and you lose. So he backs out. I think that was a smart play. It can definitely be difficult to attack uphill in situations like this. Both players grabbing an expansion. Mole's coming out though for Split, so maybe he wants to do it. And you know what? I like this. He scouted the double tier 2 from the gentleman, and he said, wait a minute, the gentleman, if he's going for double tier 2, he probably doesn't have a lot of tier 1 at the moment. He's reinforcing this push with some moles. Nice decision making here from Split. Needs to be careful. This commander is gonna go down. 1 HP, this commander. Oh my god, Split. That was insane. I can't believe that commander lived. Getting a lot of damage done here. Needs to be careful not to overextend. I think he can get another pig or 2 though. And the commander goes down there. And now gentleman's gonna finish this off. Alright, alright. Not bad. Not bad aggression from Split. I'd love to see him throw down maybe a queued farm on the back of this, you know. He needs to be careful. He doesn't want to let gentleman kind of eke out a lead in that regard, but he killed those farms there, so he's already got a nice economic advantage. These snakes are coming out to harass. Need to be careful though. Split on top of these snakes, looking to get the tier 2 killed. His commander is going to go down because of the snake poison and being so far in the farm line, and he overextends into the gentleman. You really wanted that snake killed, man. That's easy to do. It's definitely easy to do. But you got to be very, very careful when you're pushing into your opponent's base to not let your commander die at all costs, because as we can see, really shuts down your rush completely, unless you just have like overwhelming numbers, you know, and the micro doesn't matter. But Split really wanted that kill on the snake, overextends a little bit, and now gentleman is in a better position. Let's see how Split wants to take it from here. He wants to get ahead in an eco. He's going to get the scout off, see what the gentleman is up to. Look for tier 3, maybe look to see how many farms are on this gristmill. Nothing too crazy. He's probably happy that he's going to have the opportunity to get an economic lead here and be able to approach the mid to late game with that going for him. Gentleman floating some money and decides to throw down some skunks. Oh, okay, he floated money because he sold the snakes. Alright, alright. I like this combo from Split. Squirrel Toad, man. Don't underestimate it. It can do very well, too, against tier 2 builds like what the gentleman has, but I'm worried for Split because the gentleman's got great micro, and he could try to just run his 3 toads into Split's 6, you know, and protect the tier 2. it's going to come down to the engagement angle, the connections on the Toads. Let's see if Split's got. He doesn't want to let these Toads blow up on the Warrens. He's just poking. Nice job pulling him back. I think he can get that Warren without a hard engage. Yeah, all right, here he goes. The Toad connections are okay. It kind of looked better for the Gentleman there. One skunk goes down. The other skunk remains, and the Gentleman has got a tier 3 Warren on the way as well. I don't know if he can keep it. He's going to have to sell off some tier 1 or something like that if he decides to, because he's certainly not going to be able to afford it anytime soon. But he does have that 8 farm economy up and running. And the Fox is also on the way for Split, but I believe the Fox from the Gentleman's slightly faster, yeah, but it shouldn't be too big of a deal if these Foxes actually get out. Okay, so Gentleman, yeah, just sells off a tier 1 to get that Fox out. Alright, Gentleman scouted the Fox from Split. Split now sees the Fox from the Gentleman, so they know this is going to go into Fox versus Fox. And that's going to come down a lot to control and positioning and timing, maybe a little bit of luck. I like Gentleman taking this gristmill out in the map. I don't think he's going to build anything on it, obviously, but it's going to be a nice retreat area for the Gentleman to pull back to. I'd like to see some pigeons, too. I mean, he knows this is going to be Fox versus Fox, yeah, and the pigeons could be very, very handy. If you're not familiar, a Fox will live with 1 HP left if another Fox shoots it, so you know, having the pigeons to quickly regenerate back to full HP. You got to be full HP with a Fox to live from another Fox shot. So being able to regen up really quickly with pigeon, with territory, is very important in this position. And this can get really stressful, man, because you know, you live with 1 HP, so 1 squirrel shot, you know, 1 tick of skunk gas, whatever, and that Fox is donezo. So Fox is up here from both players. Really similar army compositions from both players, to be honest. The only difference is the Gentleman has pigeons in his comp. And here we go. Let's see if either player is going to jump. Gentleman looked like he wants to jump. Split gets the jump on the Gentleman's Fox and kills it and keeps his Fox alive. Nicely done. But the Gentleman sweeps through the rest of Split's army. However, the Gentleman doesn't have anything in this army that's good against Fox, really. The only thing that he has that's good against Fox in his deck is kind of Fox, or you can argue Snake, but you know, the Fox shouldn't get close enough to the Snake for the poison to get on it, but sometimes that happens, and when it does, the Fox can die very, very quickly with 1 or 2 stacks of poison on it. This is going to be it. I think, you know, Split had the right timing there in that engagement and managed to get the target fire on the Gentleman's Fox before the Gentleman could return the favor. And on the back of that, Split has gotten a lot of damage done, pushing Gentleman back to his main base, but pulls back for now. Is not going to commit to ending the game. This is giving Gentleman the opportunity to give another Fox out, or get another Fox out, rather. So if the Gentleman can you know, flip what just happened on his opponent, right? If the Gentleman can barely get that Fox shot off on Split, then he's going to be in a phenomenal position. Let's see it. I'm not sure if Split's even going to expect another Fox, right? So he might get blindsided trying to run up this ramp, and all of a sudden a Fox shot comes down when you're not ready for it. Split sold out of his Toads too. That's gonna give Gentleman a lot of power to this army, and Gentleman has been kind of hiding this Fox, and yeah, here we go. Now he's gonna start rallying his force. Oh, he's gonna try to trap Split. This is smart. Okay, so Split's gonna try to come up and push this way, and Gentleman's hoping from being in this position he'll catch him off guard, but no, Gentleman actually just coming in from a different attack angle. Please be careful. Let's see. Lots of skunk gas. It looks like Split's getting some momentum here in this fight, even though Gentleman got some nice Toad hits. The Fox for Split is vulnerable though, so he's being careful. 1 shot from the Gentleman's Fox will knock out the Kasha from Split. Let's see, Gentleman doesn't have a 3rd base going either. That's kind of a big deal at this point, but that last engagement, I mean, went pretty well for him. So he's gonna keep the momentum going. He's moving in here. Let's see if either Fox is down. Split gets the target fire again on Gentleman's Fox. Nicely done. With so many squirrels are left over here from the gentleman, is it going to be enough? I think he'll at the very least get this third base, but he's going to lose his entire army for it. Split is starving, but he's got the higher power level army here, as long as he can just keep this fox alive. But the fox requires a lot of time. He's slowly killing these units from the gentleman. But I think it is going to be enough. As long as Split is careful of the starving timer, it doesn't make a silly mistake like let himself starve. Yeah, he's going to sell off a bunch of the tier 1. Get another gristmill up, or even just a campfire, that'll do. He's going to push in again. Gentleman knows he cannot afford another fox. Split, looking to make it happen, doesn't have a whole lot of units, but this is it for the gentleman. He's basically all inning here. He's hoping he can just overwhelm this fox with a lot of tier 1. It certainly can happen, but you got to kind of force the fox into a, you know, back him up into a corner, and I don't think that's going to happen here. Split's still got a lot of room to move around. Gentleman targeting down the gristmill, maybe deciding he can do critical damage or just simply win the game, but he's not going to have enough squirrels left over. And Split, with just a few things left on his own, however, he's got this powerful tier 3 unit, and I don't think there's much left that the gentleman can do. Doof. Oh, all the squirrels spotting! Needs to be careful. That's a lot of squirrels. Oh, man. Kasha down to 11 HP, but some good control. He should be able to just kite the gentleman's forces from here. Gentleman doesn't have that critical mass to really, you know, zap Brannigan in here, take some losses, but get the job done anyways. Gentleman now starving. I think he's gonna have to call it. Yep, looks like he's tapping out. Get the kill on Belfight. Yeah, nicely done. Oh, 1 HP? I don't think it even matters anymore. Oh man, that'd be funny if he lost his fox styling. Oh, he just needs one shot. What? Okay, gentleman's still in it. He's got 20 seconds on starving. He's got some farms he can rebuild. Does a 2 HP, 1 HP. And that's it. Gentleman taps out. Nicely done there. How'd it go from 2 HP to 1 HP? I'm so confused. Squirrels do... Oh, is it 2 DPS and not 2 damage per bullet? That's probably it. I'm tired, you guys. Match number 6. Let's do it. Spawning in the right, we've got Kerpa. And his opponent to the left, Reza. Alright. Let's see, both players with ferrets. We might get into a CG style game. Pretty small map, kind of open. Some water in the way, you know. A couple hills here and there. Looks better for Kerpa. But really, I mean, this map is pretty interesting. Like, all the bases are out in the middle. I mean, you could argue Kerpa takes these bases, Reza takes these bases, you know, and it kind of works out. But it's difficult for either player really to expand here. I mean, maybe I like Reza's position better because he could like take the space and defend it with the high ground around it. Whereas Kerpa's just kind of on the low ground right here. But this moat would really help slow down pushes from Reza. So we'll have to see. Alright, tier 1 warns popping down. Nothing crazy just yet. Gotta give this game another minute or two to see how the players want to flesh it out. Does anyone want to try to, you know, grab one of these territories pretty early? Maybe go for a fast tier 2, or just build up to 4 to 5 tier 1 and maybe try to poke in. It's Squirrel Toad though against only lizards from Reza. You know, I'm liking that a lot. This is gonna be rough for Kerpa. I was thinking about it today, and you know, I think a big reason we don't see lizards as often these days is because toads are so meta, right? I mean, I know the old school lizards were better, but you know, previously it's a pretty smart idea in the current live version to just have toads in your deck. I mean, they do really good against tier 1, even just squirrels versus squirrel toad. They'll do nicely against tier 2. They can help burst down a big tier 3 unit. They're just overall very well-rounded in this position. So they don't really... They have more of a role than just like trying to counter lizards, which was their role back in the day. So if somebody had lizards and you didn't have toads, it would be very nice for the lizard player. And that's still kind of true today, but it's just a much higher percentage chance of your opponent having toads, and then you're kind of in a rough spot. It's not impossible. I mean, you can micro it and try to pick off toads and only lose a lizard or so in the process, but it's very difficult. It can... Your lizards can bunch up and get deleted upon very, very quickly. I think this is a pretty strong composition coming out of Reza here. Kerpa with the lizard snake, man, with the reptiles. Throws down the badger. Ooh, this is going to be rough. Reza moving in to put on some pressure. It's going to come down to the engagements here. If the snakes can maybe deal with these toads a bit, or maybe if the toads overextend, one of the toads, I think just one, yeah, this... Toad hits weren't the best in the world for Reza. A lot of lizards remain. These snakes getting some good damage done. Loses a couple of Warrens there, but forces Reza back, which is nice for Kerpa because, you know, Kerpa just stays alive and gets this badger out, man. You know, that's kind of the in-game goal. You just got to keep Reza at bay, just not lose too much. You know, maybe a Warren or two going down, trading out some tier 1 is fine. That snake dying is going to make this defense a lot harder. This other snake is... I got worried for it for a second there, but it did manage to get the poison down on one of these ferrets. And the aggression continues here for Reza. He doesn't... I don't think he scouted the tier 3 from Kerpa, but it just kind of happens to be the right thing to do, you know, trying to pressure your opponent. And this other snake is going to go down. Can Kerpa hold? The badger is on the way. It's about 25 seconds out. One snake at 4 HP. Reza is pushing through, though. He's starting to do too much damage. Sometimes when you're the tier 3 rusher in this position, like, it's kind of okay if you lose a couple Warrens or maybe a couple farms, but you hold on and you get out that tier 3 unit. But Kerpa has lost so much. You know, half his farms, most of his Warrens. He's only got the snake Warren and the badger left. However, this badger is going to be pretty badass. And it's on the board now. No pigeons to help it. Let's see if solo badger will be enough. Oh, and that snake going down to ferrets immediately. Let's see, 30 HP on the badger. Good micro so far from Kerpa. And the badger's revved up and just cleaning up this army from Reza. Nicely done. The commander's even going to go down to that poison, I think. Oh, nope. Lives barely. Now this badger's got pigeons. Kerpa with not a lot left here. I think he's got enough, though. This badger is just going to be too strong compared to what Reza has. Reza just almost broke the back of Kerpa. I think Reza, if Reza would have went really hard on target firing down the badger, like, he got it down to 30 HP, and I don't think he was focus firing it completely. I think if he would have just hard targeted it, maybe it would have died there. But nice defense from Kerpa. Really clutch. Barely gets that badger out. Ends up winning with it. Alright guys, that's it for me. I wanted to get a little content out, say hi to everybody. I'm super tired though, so I'm gonna get something to eat and relax. Thanks everybody for tuning in. I think there's some 21 Duel stuff going on tomorrow. Let me see if I can verify that. Gentleman asked me if I was available, but I'm busy tomorrow. I'm going to Orlando to play a gig in my band. Let me see. Yeah, we should have a preseason show for 21 Duels coming up tomorrow at 2 p.m. EST, and those will be over on Prozic's channel. So definitely check that out, man, if you're hungry for more Tooth and Tail content. So thanks, everybody. Sorry, I felt a little off tonight. Maybe it's just me, but I appreciate you guys bearing with me. And you're all a bunch of beautiful nerds. Until I see y'all next time, take care. Bye, everybody. Have a good weekend. You better update your YouTube. I'm gonna update the YouTube tomorrow, I promise. Alright, see you guys later.